Most people are taking the risk of starting their own business these days. Some of them are generating great revenue out of it, at least more than they could ever make from their corporate job. If you ask them how do they make their business a huge success, most of them will give you a two-word answer: social media. Social media is such a blessing in disguise when it comes to growing your business. In this video, we are going to tell you 10 different ways to grow your business on social media by Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary Vee. We are pretty sure if you're interested in growing a business, you would know who Gary Vee is, but in case you don't, we will give you a little introduction. He is mainly famous for growing his family business from $3 million to $60 million in terms of annual sales. Eventually, he started his own media company. He is now a renowned leader in the world of digital marketing. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. But before you learn about how to grow your business on social media, pay attention to the big red subscription button. As soon as you click it, you will be taken to the wealthy side, the life you deserve, where you'll find hundreds of videos. These videos contain the answers to almost any question you may have. There are also daily updates, so if you want to stay tuned, remember to turn on notifications. Number 1. Create content endlessly. Okay, before moving on with this, we want you to think about why you use social media. Of course, because you like the content present on the platform. In other words, content is everything on social media. No matter what you are trying to grow or what kind of business you are trying to grow, your content is the first thing that will get them to notice you. Think about it like this. When someone comes across your post on social media, what is the first thing that compels them to learn more about your business? It's not your name or what you are trying to sell, it's that post that attracts them. It's the content. So now you know that you need to make content to attract them. The next thing, which is the hard part of the process, is consistency. You need to create content endlessly. Gary is a strong advocate of creating content with consistency. He puts out content consistently on not just one, but across various social media platforms. It was the very same technique that he used to grow his family's Vine business. He posted a video daily on his YouTube channel called Vine Library TV for Vine reviews and indirectly promoted the family business. Number 2. Repurpose the content. You need different content for different platforms. TikTok is entirely different from YouTube, and YouTube is completely different from Twitter. Creating different content for different platforms is time-consuming. What you can do instead is take your long-form content and curate it specifically for a single platform. What you are doing here is converting the content into micro-content that will do well on that specific platform. For example, if we look at Gary himself, he has 14.8 million followers on TikTok, and his TikToks are often short snippets of his YouTube videos. Do you see the point here? He attracted more people with the same content. You can do the same by repurposing your content. Number 3. Create more awareness. While consulting a group of small business owners, Gary said that where people get caught up when they innovate is trying to convince versus creating awareness. His point was, when you talk with someone, have communication and move on. Your work was to make them aware of your business. Let them know the experience your product can give them. Once you are done creating awareness about your business, move on. Don't just waste your time trying to convince them. He told the people that sometimes he wraps up his meetings in 4 minutes if the other person is not interested. He said, "I would rather go and do something else for the next 45 minutes." So, the point here is to use social media to create more awareness about your business instead of just focusing on convincing your customers to buy. Number 4. Give value with your content. If you want to grow your business on social media, you have to bring value to your customers with your content. Think about it. You are selling the same thing that hundreds of other people are selling. Why should people choose you over them? You have to share everything you know with them to grab their attention. Taking you back to the example of how Gary grew his own family business, he promoted the business on his YouTube, but he also shared everything he knew about the Vine, from Vine News to Vine Taste. We will give you another example. Huda Kattan, who is the founder of Huda Beauty, was ranked as America's richest self-made woman by Forbes in 2020. She turned a $6,000 loan into a billion-dollar business. Fascinating, right? As of right now, she has a great following on TikTok. She is not even talking about her brand there. All she does is try viral beauty hacks and give her genuine reviews on how they turned out. She is giving her audience what they want instead of what she wants. She is attracting an audience that does not even have the intention of buying from her in the first place. Eventually, when she promotes her business, she will have a larger audience. A quick reminder, if you've enjoyed the video so far, consider subscribing, as we frequently upload such informative and educational videos. Let's continue. Number 5. Boost ads on social media. By now, you might have a fair idea of how well he grew his family business. He used Google AdWords in the process as well. He bought keywords related to the Vine when they were underpriced. Gary said that he regrets one thing: not spending enough money on Google AdWords. He said, when ads are underpriced, you have to take advantage of them. If you think about it, what Google ads cost in the past and what they cost now, you will have a fair idea that they will only cost more in the future. So you need to boost ads on social media and take advantage while you can. Number 6. Recognize the right platform. Another thing that ultimately measures your success on social media platforms is recognizing the right platform. He convinced his dad to transition the business to an online liquor store, and the results speak for themselves. The point here is he recognized the right platform at the right time. He bought all the Vine-related keywords, and he used Google AdWords when it was not even famous. Eventually, it became huge, and he got the benefit in the long run. He started posting on YouTube when half of the population had no idea about it, and look at what happened. If you have seen Gary on TikTok, you will realize that he advised people to post on TikTok, and he was advising it back when TikTok was not that famous, because he knew that TikTok would be huge real soon. Also, he advised that people should be using LinkedIn right now to grow their businesses. Take advantage of the organic reach through LinkedIn while you can. The point here is using social media platforms that are either at their peak or will be at their peak real soon. Number 7. Work hard. Growing a business is not a weekend project. It indeed takes time. But what else does it take? It takes the effort you put in. You cannot control everything that goes around, and you cannot control your audience's perception of your brand. But one thing you can control is the work you put in, and it will eventually reflect on everything else. Gary has said many times, work smart, but work hard. Also, you need to be patient. Growing the audience slowly is the only way to success. Putting out content every day for years without worrying about your follower count or your sales should be your priority. Over time, it only gets better. You figure out what your audience wants from you, why they are here, what you should be doing, and how you should be doing it. So, give it everything you can. Number 8. Focus on creating a personal brand. We are pretty sure that you must have heard of brands like Fenty Beauty, Kylie Cosmetics, or Skims. One thing they all have in common is that they are all owned by celebrities. The point here is that a brand owned by a renowned person never fails, because people know that person, they trust that person, and they admire that person. You need to do the same. Instead of just focusing on your business, you need to build a personal brand as well. Your brand is all about your reputation. Thinking of a long-term strategy for building a reputation always works out in your favor. It will not just benefit you now, but in the future as well. If you want to start another business in the future and you have a nice reputation in your community, you don't even need to think twice about it. Number 9. Be your authentic self. Let's say it once and for all. Social media can get quite manipulating. Everyone shows the best part of their life or business to give their audience the illusion that their life is perfect. But you don't need to do that. You don't need to follow something just because it is trendy or pretends that you believe in something when you don't. You have to be your genuine self on social media. In other words, you do you. When you stick to authenticity, you get to show the world what makes you and your business different from your competitors. Gary himself is a strong advocate of authenticity. If you have heard him or seen him, you will know what we mean. Whenever someone asks something, he doesn't hold back. He says whatever needs to be said, whether it's good or bad. He never holds back. That's his quality. Besides that, he shows all the sides of his personality. He is a YouTuber, investor, hip-hop head, and much more. The point here is that he is what he shows he is, and people love him for that. Number 10. Connect with your audience. You often feel like you have told everything that your audience needs, but that might not be the case. People often have questions about your business, your product, or about you in general. Oftentimes, the number of messages or comments some influencers get can be pretty immense. For example, Gary himself has a huge reach, but he usually replies to his audience. So, you should take your time to respond to any questions or comments your audience might have. They are here for you. Don't leave them unattended. Did you enjoy the video? Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment.